Hi everyone, my name's Lee and I work here at Greater Dandenong Libraries, and I'm presenting to you the first of a 3-part Code Club program that's all about creating your very own sea monster. Now this is all part of STEAM Festival, and this week is National Science Week, and the theme this year is all about the ocean. My favourite fact about the ocean is that only 5% of it has been explored. That leaves 95% which has been unexplored. We know more about the moon than we do about our own oceans. And I think there's bound to be some pretty weird and pretty wonderful creatures down there. So what we're going to do is we're going to create one of those creatures. And once we've been creative with all of our drawing tools, then we're going to give that monster its own coding language. Now in the world of coding, there are all different types of different languages that do different things. So cars, robots, computers, they all speak their own language, which helps them communicate together. And if you think of English or maybe any of the other 6,000 languages out there, it also has its own language and set of tools and sentences and words and punctuation that helps us all connect together. So let's get started. To take part in this Code Club program, you only need 2 things. You need your Code Club worksheets and you need some drawing materials. Now, as I mentioned, we're going to be doing this whole activity in 3 parts. And as always, feel free to press pause, replay any of them at any time. So for this first question, we're going to start drawing our sea monster. Now I want you guys to dig really deep into your imagination. Maybe your sea monster is a hybrid between a shark and an octopus. Or maybe your sea monster is a sea snail that has 7 heads. Or maybe like mine, it's a fish that's made completely out of fish eyes. Ugh. Maybe spend 30 minutes, maybe up to an hour, starting to draw your sea monster. And once you've done that, come to the next video and we can help your sea monster speak its very own language. Okay, we'll see you then. Hi everyone, and welcome to video 2 of our 3-part Code Club Sea Monster program. So, by now, you should have made your sea monster, and you've either made it really beautiful, really wonderful, or you've made it utterly disgusting, which I think is pretty cool as well. Now, what you've drawn on your sheet there's probably a very high chance that there is a creature that looks like that down in our oceans. And I say that because 94% of all living life, all the bugs, the creatures, the animals, all the plants, 94% are all down living in the ocean. So there's a very high chance that something that looks like what you have on your page is living and lurking down there. So, are you ready for our next part? It's now time for our sea monster to speak. And our poor little sea monster needs a language. So we're going to help them out with that. This is the same with robots, with traffic lights, with engines, almost everything. Every system has a language that helps it communicate with itself. Now, we're going to adapt our English language as a base to form the language of our sea monster. So, for example, for mine here, I've got A, and I'm going to make A equal a percentage sign. And for B, maybe I will go with a worried emoji. Maybe C, I'm just going to put these little squiggly lines here for C. Does that make sense or give you an idea? Now, it doesn't have to be emojis or symbols. You could scribble a couple of lines. You could use a collection of numbers. You could draw pictures. You could do anything. The more creative you are at this stage, the better your outcome is going to be. So what I'm going to get you guys to do now is to fill in every letter on your worksheet with symbols, emojis, pictures, anything that you would like. Once you're done with that, come over to video number 3 and we can start to form your sentences. Sound good? All right, good luck. Hello and welcome to video 3, the last video of our Code Club Sea Monster program. How did you go with the first 2 activities? By now, your sea monster should have been drawn, and they're looking very beautiful or ugly or both. And you should have filled in every letter in the alphabet to give your sea monster a new language. Now we're going to jump straight into this next video. You might have learned about the alphabet at an early age, but the alphabet is just a building block to communicating. We use that alphabet to start forming words. So, on your worksheet, on question 3, we have some speech bubbles. And what you're going to start doing is using your symbols. We're going to start making words and then sentences for your sea monster to start introducing themselves. Now, what kind of things do you want to know when you meet someone? Maybe you want to know how old they are, or what their name is, or what their favorite food is, or what their hobbies are. There are lots of things that we can include when we introduce ourselves to one another. Now, the important thing is that your sea monster is going to get to introduce themselves in their very own language. Because it's so important that we're able to communicate in a language that we feel comfortable with. So what I want you to do is press pause on this video and fill in every speech bubble with different sentences that introduce your sea monster to the world. Are you ready to pause the video? How did you go? It's not that easy, is it? I found I constantly had to be referring back to my alphabet sheet to form words. But you have now introduced your sea monster to the world in its very own language. And you've used some basic language tools that apply to so many coding languages. Feel free to give this sheet onto a friend or a family member so they can try and unravel your code to get to know your sea monster. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave us any feedback or thoughts. And please, 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 if you'd like to show us your sea monster, we would absolutely love to meet them. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful National Science Week. And please stay tuned for more programs from Greater Dandenong Libraries. All right, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you later.